The anatomy of a narcissist. Seen through the eyes of a super-empath, there was someone I will only call D. D is not a name. It is a shadow, a mask, a storm. When I met him, he drew me into a world where he was always on the edge of dying, always in need of rescue, always misunderstood, always the victim. He painted himself as loving, caring, fragile. And I, as a super-empath, took the bait. I fed his anger, softened his edges, protected him like a mother. I made excuses. I absorbed his moods as if they were my responsibility. But over time, a second world revealed itself, the real world of abuse. A world where my daughter and I paid the price for his chaos. With D, it began like a spell cast in secret twilight, a wonder world stitched from sighs and starlight. He did not merely love me, he invented a new kingdom where every glance was a coronation, every word a psalm. With him, I was not a woman of scars and battles, I was a goddess reborn in his gaze. He spoke as though he had borrowed the tongues of poets, Dante whispering of Beatrice, Petrarch reaching for Laura, Byron blazing in tempestuous fire. The ordinary dissolved, life itself grew taller, brighter, lush with impossible promise. But D's magnetism carried another current, darker, more inexorable. He was not merely a man, he was an apparition, a force, a storm clothed in skin. Like Dracula stepping into the candlelit chamber, his presence chilled and seduced all at once. You felt danger coil around the spine even as desire made you lean closer. His beauty was not gentle, it was dagger-sharp, decadent, like Dorian Gray's immortal portrait, youth etched upon his features while something rotten pulsed beneath. He was the kind of man AI now tries to manufacture. Flawless muscles sculpted like marble, the symmetry of a Greek statue, the aura of command that makes rooms orbit him unconsciously. Women, and sometimes men, would pause mid-breath when he entered, as if gravity itself bent toward his figure. This is how it unfolded. 7 wounds, 7 lessons, and how I learned to break the cycle. 1. Love bombing versus genuine bonding in the beginning. D made me feel like the only person alive. Grand gestures, intoxicating declarations, promises of forever. It was fireworks every day, but fireworks burn out fast. As an empath, I gave back double. I believed the intensity was sacred, that it meant destiny. This is how it unfolded. 7 wounds, 7 lessons, and how I learned to break the cycle. Love was not a flame, but a constellation, infinite and unending. To fall for D was to tumble into an Eden where loss, betrayal, and time itself were exiled. He crafted the fantasy perfectly, and for a time, I believed paradise could be human-shaped. But a healthy partner builds slowly. They show up consistently, not theatrically. Love grows like a tree, not like an explosion. Power matrix, survival. I learned to pause the speed, to ask myself, do his actions match his words over months, not minutes? 2. Gaslighting versus radical honesty. When D broke promises to my daughter, I called him out gently. His reply, "You're too sensitive, you imagine things." He made me question my memory, my perception, even my sanity. I replayed conversations in my head, wondering if I had invented the pain. In a healthy relationship, the answer would have been simple. I forgot. I was wrong. Let me fix this. Power matrix survival. I began keeping a written record. Notes, dates, words. Evidence became my truth serum. The pages anchored me when his gaslight tried to erase me. 3. Triangulation versus inclusive trust. D constantly compared me to others. an ex, a friend, even strangers. Subtle hints that someone else admired him more, understood him better, loved him deeper. I worked harder, gave more, tried to earn back the spotlight. My daughter felt it too, the shadow of always being less than enough. But real love says, you are enough. I choose you. No games, no invisible rivals. Power matrix survival. Refuse the triangle. Tell yourself, this is not a contest. You will not compete for love. That sentence alone became a shield. 4. Withholding affection versus emotional reciprocity. When I or my daughter needed him most, he vanished into silence, punishing us with absence, withdrawing warmth like a weapon. I overcompensated, pouring out affection, apologizing for truths that weren't wrong, begging for the ice to melt. Healthy couples take space but return with love. Conflict doesn't mean exile. Power matrix survival. I stopped chasing withdrawal. Instead of pouring myself into his silence, I poured it into my daughter, myself, and projects. Mini courses, side hustles, self-care became my rebellion. 5. Projection versus self-ownership. He accused me of the very sins he committed. If he lied, I was dishonest. If he neglected, I was selfish. If he sabotaged, it was my ambition to blame. As an empath, I carried the guilt. I tried to fix myself for crimes that were never mine. But in healthy love, partners own their flaws. They say, I did this, I'll do better. If they never admit their mistakes, that is alarming. Power matrix survival tip. Journaling and repetition. Write what is real and what is fantasy. Use facts, not drama, not opinion. Repeat the real when fantasy crosses your mind until reality prevails. Learn to mirror back calmly. These are their actions, not mine. It disarmed the blame and protected my dignity. 6. Control through chaos versus stability, through dialogue. D thrived on disorder. Plans changed overnight. Promises dissolved. Rules appeared and disappeared with his moods. The instability destabilized my daughter and me. I tried to create order in the storm, holding 2 roles, 2 hearts, desperate for safety. But healthy love is steady. Partners create routine, reliability, a safe soil for trust to grow. Power matrix survival. I built my own stability, calendars, rituals, networks. I stopped outsourcing peace to a man who thrived in chaos. 7. Devaluation and discard versus steadfast commitment. When the mask slipped, his words cut like knives. I was worthless, too much, never enough. My daughter too felt the sting. Promises of care, then sudden abandonment. And yet I clung to the memory of the early days, praying the love bombing would return. But true partners never devalue. Conflict doesn't erase love. Worth is not conditional. Power matrix, survival, release the illusion. I told myself, his discard is not my failure, it is his design. Survival meant cutting the cord, not waiting for resurrection. Closing reflection. D was never truly a partner. He was a reflection of wounds, a mirror designed to keep me doubting, to keep me feeding his hunger. But I am a super-empath. And that does not mean weak. It means forged in sensitivity, sharpened by awareness, strengthened by survival. My daughter and I carry scars, yes. But scars are not disfigurement. They are strategy. They are memory etched into skin. Reminders that love is not control, not silence, not punishment. Real love is presence. Real love is repair. Real love is safety. So to every empath listening, no matter your gender, remember the power matrix. Pause the speed. Anchor in evidence. Refuse the triangle. Do not chase withdrawal. Mirror back calmly. Withdraw from chaos. Release the illusion. Or just walk away. Their world crolls when you leave and be happy, because narcissists write tragedies. But empaths, we rewrite them into testimonies, and love, true love, is not exploitation. It is reciprocity, and no narcissist can counterfeit that forever. Subscribe, like, share, in comments say, if this happened to you or someone you know. Bye for now.